Stop! Are you tired of spending all your money on overpriced coffee? Have you ever tried making an iced coffee from home just to be disappointed with a flavorless sewage water creation? Coffee comes in many different forms. Some of us enjoy a simple drip coffee from the Keurig, while others may enjoy a refreshing iced latte. Replicating your favorite iced coffee at home, however, can be a little difficult. The main components of an iced latte include espresso and milk, but most people don't have an espresso machine at home. You could, of course, buy a quality espresso machine for hundreds of dollars, or make a trip to Starbucks every day, but who wants to spend that kind of money? I can personally relate to this as someone who loves iced coffee, but hates how expensive coffee shops are. When I tried to make coffee at home, nothing tasted as good as Starbucks and Dutch Bros. It was not until a few months ago that I discovered a new method without using an espresso machine. After experimenting with different ingredients and flavors, I've finally found an iced latte recipe that is easy, inexpensive, and delicious. Hi, my name is Grace Damron, and today I will show my fellow coffee lovers the perfect recipe for an iced latte without the fancy machinery. First, I'll review the ingredients, then I'll demonstrate how to make the espresso, and lastly, we'll assemble the components. So, the first ingredient that you'll need for making this iced latte is an instant espresso. I personally love to use this Nescafe Gold Espresso. You'll need some ground cinnamon, brown sugar, and it doesn't matter if it's light or dark sugar. I'm just using dark brown sugar. The milk of your choice. I personally like to use oat milk, but this recipe tastes great with any kind of milk. And lastly, your favorite creamer. I like to use the sweet cream creamer from Chobani, but you could totally customize this drink with your favorite creamer. I also really love it with a pumpkin spice creamer. And then of course we'll need our utensils and our glassware. So I just have this little cup right here, my straw, and then my lid. And then we'll also need some measuring spoons to measure out the dry ingredients. So first, I'm gonna go in with my Nescafe Instant Gold Espresso. I just really like this brand because it has a very rich espresso flavor without tasting watered down. And then we're gonna do 2 teaspoons of this, which is equivalent to 2 shots of espresso. And you can totally change the amount of instant espresso for your preference of how bold or how sweet you like your coffee. Next, we're gonna go in with a little sprinkle of cinnamon. We're gonna go in with a teaspoon of this brown sugar. There we go. So now we have the base for our espresso. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna put about a 1/3 cup of water into this glass and then mix all the ingredients together. I've tried it with both hot water and cold water and I haven't noticed a difference in the flavor. I think they both taste great. So I'm just gonna go in with a 1/3 cup of this cold water, but you can totally use hot water if you'd like. And then for this next step, you can just use a spoon, but I'm just gonna go in with this little hand mixer and combine all the ingredients. And you'll just stir it until you notice that everything is combined. It doesn't take very long, just about 10 seconds. There we go. All right, next we're gonna go ahead and go in with our choice of milk. Like I said, I'm using this oat milk. And we'll just fill it to about halfway. Then we're gonna go in with a splash of creamer. And depending on how sweet or how bitter you like your coffee, you can adjust the amount of creamer. I personally like my coffee a little on the sweeter side, so I like to add a little extra. And then lastly, we're just gonna go in with some ice. And now we're just gonna mix everything together. Let's go ahead and give this a taste. That is so delicious. And it doesn't take very long. It's under 5 minutes. Very easy recipe to follow, and it's delicious. So now you have mastered this recipe for the perfect at-home iced latte with simple ingredients and simple directions. Many people don't realize that regularly buying coffee can add up so quickly and become a bad habit to break. And it's always a good idea to be mindful of what you spend your money on, including small things like a drink from Starbucks. So the next time you're craving a refreshing pick-me-up, just think back to this recipe and remember, I can make this at home. Thank you.